Hey everyone, it's Ken here from Northern Viking Everyday. Today we're going to be unboxing and taking a closer look at this Thermalright Frozen Notte 240 Black ARGB V2 AIO CPU Cooler. We'll go over the main specs, we'll open it up and show you what's included, then I'll come back to you once it's installed so you can see what that looks like as well. We'll also run a quick benchmark to see what kind of temperatures we're getting. Now, of course, if you are interested in this CPU cooler, it is linked below in the description, but let's go ahead and dive right into it. So a quick look at the box before we open this up. So again, the Thermalright low temperature, high performance Frozen Notte 240 Black ARGB AIO CPU liquid cooler. This is version 2 and it supports the Intel 1700 socket, AMD Ryzen 7000 series, plus a whole bunch of other sockets. We'll go over those in a moment. It's got ARGB Aura Sync support. And the fan specifications here, I'm not going to go through all of them, so you can pause it and have a closer look, but I'll go through the main ones. So the fan speed, 2000 RPM max. And then we've got the 4-pin PWM connector, bearing type, SFDB bearings. And then the RGB lighting support is 5-volt, 3-pin ARGB. And then for the supported CPU sockets here, so for Intel LGA 1851, 1700, 1200, etc. And then AMD, so AM5, AM4 are the most likely ones you're going to be using. And then the main specifications there, so you've got the sizing as well as the water pump is the 3-pin. And then the pump RGB lighting support is 5-volt ARGB 3-pin. And then on the back here, so we've got the low resistance radiator and the high performance fans. So it's dual 120 millimeter fans. The high efficiency pump is on the tube. So that's different than you'll see on a lot of AIO coolers. Then the infinite ARGB mirror effect on the blockhead. So let's open this up and see what's included. So in the box, of course, we've got the user manual. It shows everything that's included, as well as the installation instructions. And then several little bags. So for Intel, we've got the stands. These are the 1700 and 1851 stands. Then we've got the 1200 series and 115X. And then we've got some Intel 2000 series metal stand screws, as well as Intel nuts. And then in there as well are your mounting screws for your radiator. Also included is a fan splitter, so that's a 4-pin. So that's nice that that's included. And then you likely won't need this unless you're doing an older build. It's got a SATA cable there, so that's what the connectors look like for that. I won't be using that. It also comes with some thermal paste, so you don't need to pick that up. And then the different brackets here. So this is the Intel back plate. If you're using AMD, you'll use the one that came with your motherboard. So it's got the sticky tape on there, and this is adjustable. So these go in and out depending on which socket you're using. On the back, it's clearly labeled Intel there. And this is for Intel 115X, 1200, 1700, 1851. And then you've got your two mounts for your blockhead. So this one is the Intel one, and this one here is the AMD. So you would take this, and these mount right onto the blockhead. They go on, and then you rotate them, and they snap on. So whichever one you need, Intel or AMD. And then we've got our whole radiator and blockhead unit. I do appreciate that this comes fully assembled. So this blockhead has the mirror finish on it. So that's really nice. So that's what that looks like. There's some protectant on there, so you peel that off, of course, before you install it. And then you've got a cable coming out of it, so that's your 5-volt 3-pin ARGB connector, and you can pigtail it, so that's got the male on it as well. And then moving up the tube here, we've got our high efficiency pump right on the tube. And that has a 3-pin connector coming out of it. So on the top, we've got our low resistance radiator, and you can see all the mounting screw holes on there. On the front here, it says Thermalright, and then we've got our fans down below, the 120 millimeter fans. So again, 2 of those, and they seem pretty good quality. They've got the SFDB bearings in them. And then turning this around, it also says Thermalright on the back side, so if you need to flip it around. And then cables coming out of the back. So each fan has the 5-volt 3-pin ARGB connectors, and those can both be daisy chained together. So you've got the male connectors there as well. And then both fans have the 4-pin PWM connectors on them as well, and those look like they can be daisy chained as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get this AIO installed in my system, and I'll come back to you so you can see what it looks like. So there we go, it's all up and running. It started working right away. I did some cable management here, and this head unit looks really slick with the lighting, the Thermalright logo, and the mirrored finish. I'm really liking that. And then we've got the pump up here on the hose, and our fans up top with the lighting. And it's being controlled by RGB Fusion. I have a Gigabyte motherboard, and it seems to be controlling it perfectly. And I'm really happy with the lighting, the colors, and the temperatures I've been getting so far. So as for temperatures, I've just got the PC just idling here with nothing really running. And our temperatures are in the low 30s, which I'm really quite happy with. And for benchmarking, I ran the 3D Mark CPU profile to see what kind of temperatures we're getting under some load. And this is a Ryzen 7 5800X, which is known to be quite a hot CPU. So let's have a look down here. So if we're going through, during the loading here, we were right around the low 60s, and then at max threads in the low 80s, so 81 there. And it drops back down, so loading, back down to around 60, and then 16 threads, 82 it kind of topped out at. And then as we go through here, the different tests and different amounts of threads, the temperatures fluctuate down. So down into the single thread here where we were right around the 58 degrees Celsius mark. So really happy with those results, especially with this being a Ryzen 7 5800X. So hope this quick unboxing of the Thermalright Frozen Notte 240 Black ARGB V2 AIO cooler gave you value. If it did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.